What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. Okay, so today's video is kind of going to be like a miscellaneous, like just little things you got to do to make the kit work, but it's still an On3 turbo video. So the couple of things we're going to be doing is new end links on the sway bar so we can get proper fitment or clearance for the hot side of the turbo kit, because like as you saw in the last video, and I'll link it right up there, is the V-band clamp on the hot side, on the driver's side of this turbo kit, is hitting the sway bar. It's just touching. It's not like bad, but it's touching. So we got new end links for it, and I'll talk about that later. Second thing we're gonna do is we have the upper radiator hose, so we can have proper clearance for the turbo, because the stock radiator hose sets on the turbo and I don't want to deal with that. So we got an SN95 upper radiator hose. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna change the thermostat while we're at it to a Motorcraft one. And last but certainly not least is we are going to be putting the alternator relocation bracket on with the alternator and just get that done and measure the belt length so we can get a belt and this thing can all work in harmony. So those are the four things we're gonna be doing in this video right now. And the first one, I'm gonna do the end links because that is bugging me and I wanna make sure the sway bar is out of the way. So let's get right into it. All right, so first things first, we're gonna put these end links on because it has been bothering me pretty bad. So what I got were SN95 end links, and I'm gonna put up an article that someone wrote up about proper geometry on the sway bar to put it in the correct position if you have a lowered car. It tells you all energy suspension part numbers, what you actually need, and for how much drop each one is. So since I'm dropping the car even more, I'm kind of preparing for the future because this one is kind of short. But hopefully the sway bar will be out of the way and we should be good. So we're gonna get these on real quick and see if it fixes the problem, and if it doesn't, I'll cry. All right, so there is the old end link. It doesn't look too bad, but still, new one's going on. So I got a 13 mil on top and bottom. We have the jack here to lift it up, take some of the load off of it, and we'll take this thing off, put the new end link on, and go from there. Okay, so I just pulled them off, and this is going to be the size difference. So it's not as much as I actually thought it was gonna be. I just measured them, and this one's 3 1/4, this one's 4 1/2, and so it's not that much different. The guys online said just to take an inch off of this guy and then put it back on, but we're gonna check it just now and see if it works. So I will update you guys in just a second. All right, and voila, whatever you wanna call it, Viola. That is on. So that side got on good, I got the other side on. I'll show you right there. So they both went on pretty well, easy install. So let's get the wheels back on, drop this thing down, and see what happens. Oh, all right, moment. All right, so as you can see, it did not fix it. It might have helped it, so maybe it was resting on that V-band clamp more than I anticipated, but it didn't fix it. So whatever, you win some, you lose some. I kind of figured it would be too easy if it was just end links. So all right, so that didn't fix anything, so let's keep moving forward. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is the upper radiator hose and the thermostat. So I'm going to drain a little bit of fluid out of this and then take this hose off and then put the new thermostat in. So let's get this done. All right, so this might be a tad of wishful thinking, but I'm going to unhook this and then put the bucket right underneath it, and hopefully all this antifreeze will just drain into there and I won't have to take any out of the system. Wishful thinking, I know. We'll see what happens. Oh, wasn't too bad. Science is cool. Okay, so you know, I had the suspicion that the car was like not getting hot enough, and I couldn't understand why. It really was freaking me out a little bit. So that looks like a stuck open thermostat. Like, really? Oh my goodness. Don't ever buy the fail-safe thermostat. So we got a Ford Motorsport or Ford whatever, Ford something. It's a 180-degree one, so we're gonna pop that in real quick and then keep on keeping on.
Wonder if all my bad decisions get accounted in the algorithms. No statistician could dissuade me from my bigger vision. I know my occupation's quite an unlikely place in this world to occupy and talk about upon.
Okay, now that the new thermostat is in, we can get to temperature finally. I can't believe, I hate that kind of thing. And we're gonna do the alternator relocation bracket since that upper radiator hose is in our way and won't mess with us. So the first thing we gotta do with the alternator relocation bracket is take out these 2 water pump bolts. So we're gonna do that real quick and then I'll show you what's going on. All right, and then we're gonna release our alternator from the alternator bracket. So I'm gonna take off this bolt and then there's one more on the back side of it right there. So we're gonna get that off and taken care of, and then the alternator will be free and we can start mounting our bracket and this will just be ready. All right, and now our alternator is free. Okay, so these are all the pieces that On3 gives you with the alternator relocation bracket kit. So the pieces we're gonna use right now are the 6-inch and the 4-inch bolts, which are these 2 right here. Get these out of the way. And then the 1 and like 1.25 and the 2.5, so these 2 spacers. So we're gonna use those real quick and we're going to put them, remember those 2 bolts we took out of the water pump? So the 4-inch is gonna go up on the top one and the 6-inch on the bottom one, as long with the bigger spacer, and this one with the smaller spacer. So I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, and this is what it should look like. So it's loose right now because I don't know if I need to wiggle some stuff around, but so that's what it looks like. And so now what we're gonna do is gonna put the alternator on this one, and then we're gonna use the longest bolt we have with the bigger spacer we have. So we're gonna use this bolt with this spacer, and that's how we're going to mount this. So I'm gonna get that done real quick.
On a daily basis, our information's predetermined by some biased business. We all in sermon to silicon that push out lovely neighbors. I'm done with paper chasing, think I'm on the.
All right, so I guess a tip that I didn't think I would have to say is make sure all the bolts go through the holes, because I've been fighting this for like 20 minutes now, and so couldn't figure out why it was hinged or bound up or something. It doesn't go through the hole. So I'm gonna drill this out real fast and then hopefully it goes together and my life. Oh, that would make me crazy. Okay, all right. It fits now. Thank everything. All right, we're gonna get this on now. Whew, that kind of made me crazy. And we're not done because I found something I gotta do. Should have looked at this a little bit harder. So I did get the bracket on, and then I just put on that the tensioner, just to do it. It was like a bolt. So let me show you what's going on and what I gotta change real quick. So see that? It's right on the alternator. So I gotta cut that down a little bit so it has a better 90 and it doesn't get bound up. So that's the first thing. But the second thing isn't necessarily like I can fix. It just is what it is. So it's like the second bolt down, this is what you attach your arm to. And then I found a nut and put it on there. They didn't give me a nut. I don't know. So, and then I attached the last bolt, the short bolt they give you to the top. Look how close that is to the compressor wheel. I mean, there's room, but that's at full low. So I can't tension. I have to get a belt that's already tensioned on there pretty much, and somehow yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But for now, I'm gonna cut this hose down there real quick. All right, and the alternator relocation bracket is installed. So let me just give you a little walkthrough. So second bolt down, that's where it's mounted to, and I just put a nut on it. They give you a spacer and another bolt for some reason. Alright, so since I think my setup's a little bit different because of the different water pump that I have, what I did is I have a washer and a lock washer. Sorry, everybody, that's kind of dark. But so you can see I have those 2 washers right there. I put those on, and then I put the tensioner on. And so then I got that nut on it, and you can see right there that I just have a tiny bit of room around the bracket. It's not a lot, but it's enough, and so that works out well for my setup. And like I said, mine's a little different because I have this high volume water pump. And so next, I put the big bolt in here, and that worked. And then I was telling you I had to cut that piece. Well, now you can cut it and see just barely there's a little bit of room, so it looks good, and fits pretty good too. So that worked out. Tightened up all the bolts. Thing that concerns me is this. That's like my finger can't even fit in there. Like, let me get a good view. Like, my finger barely fits, so there's no tightening involved. I mean, it's mounted, but it doesn't, I don't know. We'll figure it out, just like everything. So I'll probably just get a really short belt and stretch it myself. All right, let's put the upper radiator hose on and call it a night. And so when I test fit the radiator hose, let's see if I just do it for right now. It's kind of close right there. So I see no reason why I can't take like a couple inches off of this and then make it work a little bit better. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Just like that, upper radiator hose is installed, and look, perfect fitment. Got lots of room, it looks nice. Yeah, perfect. So this is how much I took off. Like a good 3 inches almost. So it fits well. The only thing I might do is I might shorten this and bring it down a little bit, but for now, it all looks okay. So I'm just still pretty nervous about this clearance issue. I might take this off to put the belt on, but we'll measure that tomorrow and get back on it. I'm still kind of bummed out about the sway bar. I'll figure that out. I'm not getting rid of it though. Just not doing it. Otherwise, I think we did good today. We got a lot of little stuff done, and we're finding out the problems. So, but otherwise, it's been going okay, and you know, it is what it is. We'll figure all this stuff out. So I will see you guys tomorrow. What's up, everybody? Welcome, or we're not starting a new video, but what's up, everybody? So I took yesterday off. So you saw most of this video was on Monday, and then I didn't record anything on Tuesday. Now we're at Wednesday, and I didn't, I was just trying to figure out the sway bar thing, right? So those in links, I thought they didn't do anything, but after further inspection and review and looking and checking and unbolting the engine and messing with the motor mounts and a bunch of stuff, I found out there was clearance. It's like a credit card. You could fit a credit card in between the V-band and the sway bar. So even though that's not a lot, it's a little bit, and that a little bit helps. And then once you actually compress on the sway bar, it actually moves in a way and pivots in a way around that V-band clamp. So there is room and we will be okay, but I did buy new sway bar bushings. So I'm gonna put those bushings on, and actually mine are so deteriorated that the sway bar is basically sitting like a 1/4 inch too low. So actually with the new bushings, I should bring it up like a 1/4 inch, and then it'll really be out of the way. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then hopefully we'll resolve this sway bar clearance problem. Let's get these sway bar bushings on. So here, check out how bad the old bushing is compared to the new bushing, and because I just got the old one out, and look how disgusting this is. So look at this one. This was my old bushing, and so this is the new one that we're putting in, and it looks much better. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then I'll show you what's up. Okay, so we just got the new bushing in, and there's space now. There's like a good 1/8 of an inch of clearance, so I don't really think I can show you on video, but I'll try. So yeah, you can't see it, but there's probably about an 1/8 of an inch of clearance between the V-band clamp and the sway bar now, and the sway bar actually pivots around that V-band clamp, so we're gonna be okay, and it's good for now. I'm really excited about that. So finally, that took forever to figure out, but if you're new, in links, sway bar bushings, and you should be a-okay, and it should get it out of the way. So that's my tip for everybody. So talking about the belt, I've gone through like 3 or 4 different serpentine belts for that alternator relocation bracket, and I still can't find the right one. On the next video, I will update you guys and make sure I found it out. All right, guys, that is the end of this video. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for checking in. We've made progress. We got some good stuff on here, and next time we're gonna take the headers off, we're gonna heat wrap them, and it should be good to go. So thank you everybody again for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment for Sergio, because he's #1. All right, everybody, I'll catch you later.